We see this a lot is someone comes to us and they say, okay, I have $10,000 worth of goods, and they say, okay, I want you to insure my product. And when we get all said and done, maybe the insurance value that we're insuring for might be $12,000 or $13,000. And then we always get the question of, well, why, my goods are only worth 10, what's this extra 2, 3, however much more it is. So can you kind of walk us through those pieces of it, what's in insurance, kind of what that looks like as far as that goes, and why we're insuring the values that we are?
Certainly. When you insure your goods, you want to do what we consider a total value insurance. So you have the ability to insure for the value of the goods, but also freight and any other expenses as well. And so what that does is it allows you to be reimbursed for other expenses that you would incur. Yes, if your freight gets damaged, you certainly want it to be replaced and you certainly want it to be made whole again. But you're also having to spend money on other items in order to get the transportation moving. So that's why we insure it for a little bit more than that. In an instance where there was damage to goods and they needed to be removed from the terminal. Say the container was leaking and it needed to be put into another container, or maybe the terminal said, you got to get it off of here. Well, you have to pay to have somebody move those goods to an off-site location. So if you're insuring for your cost of your goods plus your freight and then 10%, which would be incidentals, you would be able to have your claim adjusted to include all of those figures, and you would be able to be reimbursed and make yourself whole again for what you've spent on this entire voyage.
Because no matter what, you will, well, I never say never, but as a general rule, you will not be able to recover more in a claim than the value that you declared and paid premium on. So if you only declare $10,000 because that's your commercial invoice value, that's fine. And if there's a total loss that's covered by the policy, you'll be indemnified $10,000. But all of these other incidentals, like the freight cost, even if the container falls overboard, technically you still owe the vessel operator, the container carrier, the freight to move from point A to point B, even though he didn't get it to point B. So again, by including the cost of the freight and the 10% markup that we always include for incidentals, what that does is it gives you a little bit of a buffer so that you can ensure that you are made whole whenever a loss occurs and a claim is paid, and you have these various sundry type charges that you may not have been aware of until the rubber meets the road and you actually have to deal with the claim.